Hey y'all, hi. Wash these off. Like what? Wash these off, and I'm gonna peel these. Today I'm going to be doing a turkey vegetable soup. And I'm saying turkey vegetable because usually, black folks will add meat to anything, okay? When they make the mix, well, ones have been making the mixed vegetable soup, they add ground beef or ground turkey or ground chicken. Y'all know I don't eat beef, so once again, we're going with the turkey. I'm also going to add me some potatoes. I should have got me some of those, darn it, the small yellow potatoes or the red potatoes. But I was like, you know what? I got a couple of Idaho potatoes at home. I need to use them before they go bad. So there's no sense of me buying something that I got at home that I could use. So guess what? So guess what? It don't take long to cut. It's only 2 of them. Just cut 2 of them down. But yeah, this is a quick, good soup recipe for the winter, just when it's cold, with a lot of flavor. And you can, if you cook a big pot of it or whatever, and you're not big on leftovers like myself, depending on what it is, you can actually freeze this soup up to a few months as well. So while it's still cold, you can take it out from being freezed. Add your vegetable broth or your beef broth, whichever broth you're going to be using, and just rewarm your soup. But it can be frozen. So, but I was like, okay, so temperature is taking a turn here in Atlanta. They got us under state emergency or whatever, so there's no telling where this so-called what they calling it, snow, rain, hell, rain, sleet, snow is what I'm calling it. Rain, sleet, snow. That's what I'm calling it. Alright, I'm gonna cut these potatoes down right quick. But again, they don't know which way this storm is to go or whatever, so I was like, just in case if my lights go off or some shit, let me just make me some soupy-doo. So I was like, shit, I will make me some vegetable soup. Because one thing about this vegetable soup, if your lights go out and you can't warm your shit, you can eat it cold. Okay? You can eat cold. So I am y'all coming in, make sure you hit the like button. Catching the replay, make sure you hit the like button. But I am just making a pot of vegetable soup. The other day I did some what was that? A chili. So we handled the chili already. I said, let me go ahead and cook some vegetable soup. And we can eat up that for a couple of days because don't know which way this snowstorm is going to turn. So guess what? Vegetable soup it is. I'm cutting down some potatoes. But you can use the red potatoes, Idaho potatoes like I'm using, whichever one you prefer. It's optional to use the potatoes. But one thing about it, on the vegetable soup, adding potatoes, which is a starch. And we all know that potatoes are starch and potatoes it will set you full. Okay? It will definitely add some fullness to your meal. So, we got that chopped down. Let's chop this down. I've been trying to prepare my shit before I even go live, but like I said, this is a quick meal, so it's really not going to take long. Now, what I do put into my vegetable soup, I'm going to cut up a yellow onion. I've seen ones even use the sweet Vidalia onions as well. I mean, whatever be to your preference. I'm just giving you options that you can actually use. All right. So we got these potatoes chopped up. I did rinse them off, but I'm going to re-rinse them. Rinse them with some cold water. I always tell y'all, rinse off your vegetables and your fruits. Clean them off, clean them off. All right. We got that done. Hey, bro, Terry. All right, so now we're going to cut up an onion. Cut up an onion. Do. Trying to peel this onion back, child. But I hope you all are having a marvelous, marvelous Friday. I'll be doing another live after I do this cooking video. I was trying to decide if I was going to do the Tyrone Davis Jr. or more on Romika, with there being more information. I did drop a couple of videos for y'all. But I think I'm going to talk about that Tyrone Davis Jr. though, because it's some interesting stuff that has really unfolded on that case. Shout out to the Davis family. Shout out to the Romika Blackman family for the loss of their loved ones. About to chop my damn finger off. I'm about to chop my finger off, child. Chop these damn onions down, y'all. Almost done. I don't know why I just won't use my vegetable chopper. So used to using shit with your hand. You have the machines to make it easier, or won't even use it. It get like that. Alright, let's chop down. Alright, we got them onion chopped down.
It's Queen Stat, baby. The one and only.
I don't know who trying to call me. And then we're gonna chop down a couple. Sorry about that, y'all. Down there. Somebody called my phone. All right, let's chop these celery down. Chop, 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 chop. I know it seems noisy, but I gotta chop it down. All right. Cut down a couple more celery, and then that'll be it. Celery is good for you. All right. All right, this is the last little bit of celery. Let's cut you a couple of them down. All right, so we got the celery and the onion chopped down. Put this back up. Clean up my little mess. All right, let's put this up. My little chop down mess. Okay, so now that we got these veggies cooked down, let's get this pot ready. Let's get it started. Let's see. Okay, so. All right, so for this vegetable soup, like I said, we got some beef broth. We have some tomato paste. We got some Italian style diced tomatoes. Now, and I also have some Italian style stewed tomatoes. Now, if you want to use sauce, you use sauce, but that's a lot of red dye. So I'll stick with the tomatoes. I will stick with the tomatoes. I hope it's next too. All right, so I think I got another beef broth that's open that I might want to use too. Okay. And I also, now this is the bomb. This is the onion soup. Now you add one of these into your meat while you cooking it. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the bomb. It's gonna be the bomb. Yeah. All right. If you ain't tried these, you might need to try some. I be eating my vegetable soup with some oyster crackers, okay? They are good. But we got our Bird Ball ground turkey. And we got our bag of mixed vegetables. They got carrots, sweet corn, green beans, green peas. I also grabbed me a bag of lima beans. I might fry the slime out of the okra, and I might add me some. I'm gonna add me some okra in there too, but I'm gonna add that okra in there last. And some potatoes. Okay. So do your shit how you do your shit. But so let's turn this on, and the first thing that I am going to do. Level this down so y'all can see it. All right. Hold on. I'm always fighting with this. All right, so of course, I'm going to take just a little olive oil and base it at the bottom of my pan. Same little process as I did with the chili. Once that oil starts getting hot, we then going to add our celery and our onions. And we're going to cook that down and saute them. Once you get that cooked down and sauteed, we will then add our meat. But first we're going to add the garlic because we know we can't add garlic while we're adding in peppers or onions or whatever, because the garlic will burn fast. So, all right. All right. So once this oil starts to get hot, let's test it. All right. Let's go ahead and add some onion down there and celery. You can add you some bell pepper if you want. I'm just doing celery and onion right now. We're going to saute these celery and onion down. And once that saute down, add a little bit more oil. Let that saute down. Now I'm going to take some roasted garlic and herb. I'm going to add some of that to my celery and onion. Yes, honey, that smell smells so marvelous, so marvelous. All right. Got a little Italian seasoning as well. You can add you some crushed red peppers to it as well, just to put a little spice. To put a little spice. You don't want it too hot. Crushed red peppers. Alright. Now that has cooked down. Now we're going to go in with our turkey, ground turkey. Okay. All right. Let's get this meat grinder and bust it down, bust it down. You know how I say cook your ground meat until you start to see a little brown in it, and then add your seasoning. Alright, got that meat grinded down, but the fact that I'm using a pack of onion soup, I want it to thoroughly be all in my ground turkey. So I'm going to take some of this onion soup mix gonna put some up in there. That way that celery and sauteed celery and onion gonna saute down this ground turkey. Look like I got a piece of meat that was still frozen. That's it. Alright. Alright, let this ground turkey cook down. Go ahead and finish off with your onion soup. Not till you try them, not till you try. Alright, we're gonna go in with a little bit of Italian. We're gonna go in with a little adobe. We'll go in with a little paprika. Okay. A little tab of oregano. Okay. Let's go in with a little Tony's. Go in with a little Tony's Creole. Alright. Put this meat down. I don't see no comments for some odd reason. Going live directly through YouTube. Alright, go in with you some pepper.
Yeah. It's Queen Stat, baby. The one and only.
Like who calling? Alright, sorry about that, y'all. Somebody called my phone again. Anyways. So we about got this ground turkey cooked down. That onion soup mix gonna give it a mwah. Promise you. And again, this is ground turkey, so it ain't got that oil lingering in it like beef does. So you can keep that little bit at the bottom. Because you want that seasoning that it done mixed up with the meat anyways. Okay? Don't want to get rid of that. I want my stove down. Look like me and the stove and the seasoning had a little fight over, food fight over here. Alright. So, now, we're going to go in with our cans of tomatoes. And like I said, I got the Italian diced tomatoes. And you can use the sauce or the paste. You don't have to pour the juice off of it. You want it all up in there, okay? Promise you, you want it all up and through there. Then we're going to go in with our stewed tomatoes. So that was diced tomatoes, stewed tomatoes. That's our Italian stewed tomatoes. the tomato paste. You got the paste or the sauce, whichever one you prefer to use. Okay. Stir that up in the mix of that ground turkey. Okay. Then, of course, we're going to go in and just start pouring our frozen veggies in. I'm going to rinse these off, but I'm going to go ahead and pour my potatoes in there. Let me rinse these frozen ones off. All right, just rinse these lima beans off. We're going to pour those in there. All right, let's get our bag of mixed vegetables. I'm about to rinse these off too. Give me a second. All right, now we got our other mixed vegetables. Got a little bit more. I'm gonna rinse them off. Rinse these a little bit off. All right, put the rest of them in there. Okay. Try to stir down much of it as you can. Stir it down much as you can. Like bring some of that ground turkey to the top. Okay. See why I said don't pour the juice off of your tomatoes? Because you want that tomato taste. So now we're going to get our beef broth. Now you can use beef broth or you can use vegetable broth, whichever one you prefer. And you just want to use enough where it's, it's covering to the top of your soup. Now you can top this and let it cook for about a good 35, 45 minutes. Because you got to remember you got those potatoes in there. The potatoes are the one that's going to cook the longest between the potatoes and the lima beans. So, but what I'm about to do though is put it in my crock pot. And just let it cook. Okay. And there's my mixed turkey veggie soup. Okay. Try to mix it up as much as I can. Now, we're going to go in with some more little Tonys. Okay, we're going to go in with a little bit more Italian. I'm not going to add no more crushed red peppers, though. We got some little oregano. We're going to go in with some more little adobe. And actually, you use whatever season to your liking, actually. Whatever season to your liking. And we're going to go in with a little bit more paprika. And one more thing. Let's add a little minced onions in here. Okay? Add you some little minced onions. And one more thing that I did forget, but it ain't too late to add. One more thing I forgot, but it ain't too late to add it. Y'all should know what that is. I should have cooked these down with the vegetables, but y'all know I'm going in with that minced garlic, okay? No, I'm going in with that minced garlic, which I should have cooked down with the onions and the celery, but it's all right. It's still gonna get all that flavor in there. So we got lima beans, corn, green beans, sweet peas, tomatoes. Now, once I allow this to cook for about 35 minutes or close to 40, I'm going to go and add my okra. But what I'm going to do with my okra, though, I ain't going to be online doing it. But what I'm going to do with my okra is the way that you want to kind of cook the slime out of the okra, just get you a skillet, add you a little olive oil, and not much, just a light olive oil, and then you just you fry the okra that way. It'll fry the slime out of it. Don't tell you I ain't teaching that. Now you can always taste your soup just to see if you're missing anything. So what I'm going to do is let's get this crock pot good and hot. All right, so what I'm about to do now what I'm about to do now, when I'm done fighting with this tripod, hold on, tripod trying to beat me up. Come on, bro. Now, I got my crock pot getting hot and warm. Now I'm just about to transfer this over. Ooh, let's not make no mess, honey. Ooh. Ooh. All right, so now that we got that conquered, Now that we got that conquered, we're gonna get that lid and we just gonna, oh, I'm gonna have to scoop some out because that ain't gonna be. I think I kind of overfilled it. I think I overfilled it. So I'm gonna have to take some of this out because I really think I overfilled it. It's all right, it's all right. Let me take some of it out. And let this cook. I think I overfilled it. So all I'm gonna do is just pour some chicken broth, some beef broth in there. None will be wasted, I promise you. So we're gonna cook it down. The rest of it in a little pot right here. That's probably a good time where I could have got that other little ass sauce. That little sauce crock pot. All right. So now we're gonna clean our mess up. Get my wings in there. You had a little bit more there. You don't want to waste. I ain't want to waste none. The rest of it will be trash though. Alright, we can put the lid on that. Alright, that out of the way. Alright. And there we are. Should have my shit messy. Alright. And ta-da! There we are. But, and we just gonna let it cook. Like Glorilla say, let it cook. Let it cook. But like I say, you can use beef broth or vegetable broth for your vegetable soup. Whichever one you prefer. Alright, so we're just gonna let this cook in the crock pot. And of course, It was over, so I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna cut the rest of it on the stove. Can't throw none away, honey. Can't throw none away. But that's all, folks. Hey, Shanta, baby. That is all, y'all. So if it do fucking if it does a little something down here, guess what? I'm gonna have me some soup. I'll be eating off soup for a couple of days. If some lights go out, cause baby, listen, you can eat some vegetable soup cold. I can. You can eat it a little cold. So if your lights go out and you ain't got no way to warm your shit up, you'll have you some good vegetable soup to eat on. Cause Atlanta, I ain't no telling which way this snowstorm about to go. Ain't no telling. But I gotta check. I haven't used my fireplace since I've been here, y'all. And that's down to 3 years. But I want to check to see if my fireplace is gas or is it electric. Because I bought some wood. I bought some wood from Kroger. So if that storm hit or it's fucking with people's electricity, guess what? I can stay warm because I'm going to light that damn fireplace up. Okay? Whew. Finna lay back. Hey, Annette, baby. Hey, Snapchat, even though I'm not too crazy about soup, I bet this gonna be taste good. You making me wanna some. Man, Shanta, let me tell you, since I made that gumbo last time, and it wasn't even winter season yet, I was standing in Kroger like, damn, do I want to do the seafood gumbo or do I want to do the soup? But then again, I got to play it smart. Ain't no telling which way that this weather is going to go. So seafood spoils quick. You know what I'm saying? If I do this vegetable soup, I'll be good. I could just put that shit on ice if the lights mess out, whatever. But with that gumbo soup, it's something different. So. Hey, Tyrese with T. So vegetable soup it is. Vegetable soup it is. This snowstorm need to just come on through, pass through, going on by the business. It need to go ahead on by this business, child. Cause I don't want no parts of it. Especially if it get like how Atlanta back in 2014, it was bad. It was real bad. People were stuck on the interstate. Children were still stuck on the school buses. It was crazy. It was crazy. And they saying like this is how the same category as it was in 2014 that it would be. So, I don't know. I just don't feel like cooking at all. But I'm about to throw. Baby, I said, let me go on and get this little vegetable soup out the way. Hell, it really gonna cook itself. I done did the preparation for it. About good 30 minutes of preparation. Let that shit slow cook in the crock pot. I ain't in a rush to eat, so that shit can slow cook for a good hour if you want to. That's it. That's all. I'm gonna mash some of those potatoes up though. Once I get ready to put the okra in to make it a little thick. But the tomato paste will actually make it thick though. Some do the sauce, but that's a lot of red dye in that tomato sauce, so I ain't wanna. I'm already using the stewed tomatoes, diced tomatoes, so I do a little paste. Thank you, Miss Fraser, for that flower, my love. Hey, Quiana with a Q. But I wasn't talking about nothing, y'all. I just went and just did me vegetable soup because Atlanta is on a state of emergency for this damn snowstorm. So I'm not a sandwich meat type of person. So I'm like, man, let me just make me some soup. I cooked me some soup. So they saying that it was gonna come in tonight. Then it's supposed to come in to Saturday up through Sunday. So meteorologists up here guessing like we guessing. But I'm just being prepared. I went and got my water. I got plenty of candles. I ain't worried about that. I'm just getting prepared. Battery, I got plenty of batteries. Got flashlights. If it get cold, cause my central heating air run off gas. So, but if that electric go off, it ain't gonna do no good. But guess what? I got a fireplace and I light that bitch up. Cause I'm not about to freeze. But so I think I'm kind of prepared. My dude will be in within the next hour. So shit. I told him please stop by, get my bottle of Barton's Long Island iced tea. Cause listen, if I'm gonna have to be cooped up in the house, I need all of my necessities. Thank you for that floating heart, Quiana with a Q. But I wasn't gonna keep y'all long on this cooking video because y'all, I want to talk about this Tyrese with the T. Tyrese with the T. I'm looking at you, baby girl. Tyrone Davis Jr., y'all. I want to start over another live and talk about that case because I've been sitting back watching and, I'm doing my part. But there's more stuff came out. It's like Lulu, one of her good friends, best friends came out. She shout out to Royal D. She was on Royal D panel. She sounded crazy as hell. They're talking about something. If that was her man and her man want her to let him out on the interstate, wherever, she gonna let him out. I said, what? Girl, take your ass back and hide in with Lulu. Cause Lulu, why you got all these people coming out here for you, but you still have yet, after you done told 3 different lies to Tyrone family, you make a long ass post, but then now people coming out here, and then you got people that's standing for Lulu, jumping on all these content creators in their inboxes, or they're seeing people comment under content creators' posts, they jumping in their inbox. Like, they out here doing the most, child. When I say they out here doing the most, they out here doing the most. What's up, Kimberly? I said, damn. So y'all, but my thing is like you gonna make her look more guilty by y'all fucking with people that's, have their opinion on what they think that happened. Like, why you out here fucking with people? Jumping in people's inbox like that. So I was also on Criminal Villains page where there's a clip of something else there. But yeah, I'm about to make a flyer because I want to talk about that. I want to start off from where I left off, which was like 3 days ago, the last video that I did about the Tyrone case. But she guilty, honey. And then you had the friend want to come. Lulu friend popped out on Royal D panel. And then she had the audacity to try to talk about the witnesses, like the boyfriend and the girlfriend, the nurse couple that helped Tyrone. When you got somebody that just flew out the handle and degraded a couple that helped Tyrone, why you gotta degrade them? If you feel the need that you got to degrade them in some sort of way just because they given a statement on what they saw, then that means your girl is guilty as hell. Cause how you talking sophisticated, then turn around and flip the script and then want to degrade the nurse's boyfriend? Like, no, then you know what she did, guilty as hell. Clearly your girl is guilty. Cause why are you coming out here speaking against the witnesses? Or, the ones that actually helped Tyrone? Like, make it make sense. Yep, I saw that too, Tyrese with T. They talked about because they were talking about getting married within like 3 months. And right before they went on this Christmas cabin vacation, alleged Tyrone added Lulu to his insurance policy 3 days before. And then when you look, it's like connecting the dots. Okay, so if she was allegedly to be added to his insurance policy 3 days before they went on this Christmas cabin trip, a day after his, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say a day after his demise, because when he got to the hospital, he stayed in the hospital a couple of days and then he passed. So he didn't pass out there on the interstate. He passed in the hospital, because even when the EMS pulled up, he was still breathing or whatever. And she showed up, like, at one point they were saying she showed up 2 minutes before the paramedics did. Then it's being stated that she showed up after the paramedics. But I think she showed up 2 minutes before the paramedic was getting ready to, had him already loaded on the stretcher. And he went to the hospital as a John Doe. Just the same as like Romika went to the hospital as a John Doe when you had Carlos on the scene giving out her social media name and not her real name. Then you got Lulu coming on the scene and not even giving the paramedics this man's name. But even though he had his wallet beside him with $15 hanging, it's a whole lot to it. I was like, oh my God. Like, so it really make you like retract on what you've already spoke about on the story. And then it's like, yeah, some don't sound right, because right after, she didn't even reach out to the Tyrone's family until after 24 hours. And then after that, it's been alleged that she transferred money from his account. I believe it was an account that they shared, but it's the fact that she transferred the money from an account to another account. Like when you done lost somebody that you love dearly and have been with a few years or whatever the case may be, why the fuck is money on your mind? Why money on your mind? They feel like her brother played part into it. Like it's a lot. Because from that autopsy, head trauma, him falling out of he's a truck driver. I got family that's 20-something years truck driver. Ain't no truck drivers no damn well on no interstate. They ain't finna be jumping out no moving car, man. That there just really didn't make sense. Because if he jumped out of a moving car, I'm like everybody, like, yeah, he will have scratches, bruises, you scraped up. Like, imagine 25 miles an hour. That's a pretty good, decent speed. That's a school zone speed. You can hurt somebody going 25 per hour. Hurt yourself. You talking about jumping out of a moving vehicle. But the only thing where his father showed where he had bruises was the back of his head, and he had some scratch marks or something like that, or bruises like at the top portion of his clavicles, like his shoulders wise, on the backside. And I'm like, hell, I said, yeah, something fishy about that. What's up, Cynthia? Hey, Ronita. And then when I read the 3 different stories that his aunt Natasha said that she gave out, I was like, Lord. First, one point you say he jumped out of a moving car. Then she stated that he damn, what else was there? There's two more things that she said happened. Then said something about something happened at a gas station that he never even made it to. And then the fact that they were going in the opposite direction to where the hotel was when they alleged to had left Popeyes. And I'm like, yeah, something don't seem right. And then they throwing in this, oh, he got hit by a sedan. But I don't know if this video recording that I heard was, to the police dispatcher or whatever. I don't know. It sounds like it's kind of altered a little bit. I don't know if the content creator altered the video, the voice anyways. But it sounds a little off. But I'm going to let y'all hear it and y'all tell me about it. These people slick, just taking people lives. I'm by myself right now because, baby, these people crazy. Yeah, they crazy, Cynthia. She hit that man in the head and pushed him out of the car. And then, y'all, the thing about it is the chick that came on Royal D panel and spoke out for Lulu, she said something about she named another alcohol, not Don Julio, but it was I think she said a Patron. But as we know, when we saw the videos that was posted, the cabin trip, Tyrone had a Hennessy bottle in his hand. So I don't even know where the fuck the friend get a Patron bottle from. It's just like you pay very close to detail and you know, listening to every word that she's saying because you're trying to make sense out of anything that she's saying. And you know what I'm saying, try to put it with what's already been put out and stated. And then on Criminal Villain, Tyrone's uncle came in the chat. And y'all, when I say he gave some tea, he gave some tea. But he said he didn't want to come up on the panel right then. I guess he's, you know what I'm saying, he's grieving, of course. But he gave some information, y'all. But I'm finna go, I'm finna jump on live. I'm finna start another live about it. I ain't gonna do it on the cooking channel. But I'm gonna come back with the tea and tell y'all what Tyrone uncle came in Criminal Villain chat and said. Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying. But when people came out here and was stating that she hit him with that bottle, one of the family members came out here and said, and I think it was the father saying, like, you know, don't point fingers. But the more and more, day by day, with Lulu giving 3 different stories, it's making the Davis family, you know what I'm saying, think differently now. So you got his mom's side of the family, like they siding with Lulu, but his dad's side of the family, they want answers. They want answers, and I don't blame them. They want answers. But I'm about to jump on live for that specific story, so I won't mix it up with my cooking video. But I see y'all in like 10 minutes. Hey, Case Gray, baby. I'm about to start another live because this was my cooking live, and I don't start talking about the story, the Tyrone Davis Jr. story, all on my cooking live. But y'all give me about 10 minutes. I'm finna create my live, and I'll be right back.